The latest report by the human rights group Defenders of Crime cited 45 cases of the televised confessions, in-depth interviews with more than 10 victims and families' lawyers, and reviewed the truth behind the China's TV confession. The interviewees described the venues where the Public Security Bureau of the Communist Party of China arranged the confession. They even arranged the interviewees' clothes. They wrote the script of the confessions and forced the interviewees to recite it. And the Public Security Bureau also gave instructions on how to adjust the speed of the speech and expressions. Also timely choking, sobbing. If the person didn't act well or seemed unnatural, they will be asked to re-record it. One respondent said it took 7 hours to record several minutes of the footage. A number of interviewees said the Chinese Communist Party bargained for the victim's TV confession with the so-called freedom from torture and leniency. Wang Yu, a human rights lawyer, was coerced by the authority into recording his confessions since her son's safety was threatened. She recorded the confession videos according to the authorities' speech, and the authorities promised her that this video is only for the Internal Ministry of Public Security to see. But in fact, it was broadcast on CCTV. It wasn't until she was released that she learned she was on CCTV. It is known that many people have not been sentenced or even formally arrested when they confessed their sins to the camera.
I apologize sincerely for this, and I am very sorry that this ever happened.
On the night of January 19th, viewers of China's state broadcaster were treated to the sight of Swedish citizen Peter Dahlin confessing to having undermined the country's national security. Dahlin went missing while on his way to the Beijing airport in early January. He wasn't seen again in public until his appearance on China's Central Television 2 weeks later. The segment accused Dahlin of trying to undermine the Chinese government using a non-profit group he co-founded. It said the group funded human rights lawyers who acted illegally and compiled human rights reports that misrepresented reality. Supporters dismissed the charges as baseless and said they suspected Dahlin's confession was coerced. The Swedish embassy said consular officials had met with him, but didn't comment on the footage. The Swede was not the first person to appear on CCTV delivering such a confession. Since Chinese President Xi Jinping came to power in 2012, the broadcasters aired admissions of guilt by at least 16 influential or politically sensitive figures. The crimes they've admitted to range from illegal gambling to corruption to selling state secrets. Critics say the practice recalls the self-confessions and public shaming that prevailed during the Cultural Revolution of the 1960s and 1970s. One of the earliest modern-day confessions came from Chinese-American businessman Charles Xue, an influential social media user who sometimes criticized the government online. Xue was detained in August 2013 and days later was shown on CCTV confessing to group sex and soliciting prostitutes. In a second confession, he said he had abused his social media influence to spread false information. Xue was released on bail 7 months later. He posted apologies to his followers on social media and vowed to act in positive ways online.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. The Voice of Go Media.